Hey folks, it is Lucid, and welcome back to our game with Ermor. Uh, yeah, so we've been doing some Diplo. We had sent Pangaea and Nazca a message and just saying, hey, do you want to cooperate in the early war? And both of them got back to me with, hey, let's attack the other. Which, to be honest, and they wanted my help, which I found surprising because normally when Ermor reaches out for, hey, do you want to work together in our early war? Normally the answer is no, but I think there's enough cancer in this game with like Scalaria and, Hell Bless Pangaea, Hell Bless Nazca that people don't really mind working with me because, like who wants, in a game full of cancer, who wants to waste their first war on Ermor, the only pop kill? But anyway, because I think I normally try to avoid that situation, maybe by staggering communication a little bit. But anyway, I didn't know how serious they were, so I've kind of been courting both of them and been saying, yeah, we can work together. But I've also kind of been saying like I'm not ready to go to war quite yet, and I also haven't formed naps with either of them, so it's kind of just talk. But, you don't want your talk to be too frivolous. So anyway, we have a message from Pangaea. I'll be attacking Nazca on turn 16. That is if he doesn't beat me to it. I think Nazca has stuff on his border. And perhaps most importantly, the entire nation rejoices, salt, death, and taxes. Goddess of Ermor, patron of human sacrifice, tower of strength has awakened. Ooh, yeah. Salt, death, and taxes, guys. The three things you can count on in Dominions. We have a few battles. I think this is a ping on a throne. So this throne, we've got a mind burner. And we have... hard to say what this one will do, because it can power the spheres and then either skelly spam like crazy, or it could potentially like even mass flight, but that's unlikely, or air elementals. But it's got some good mages and then some garbage up in front. And then we have a battle for a throne down here. And what thrones we get is going to be pretty important. If you go back a couple episodes, we were talking about which thrones would be good for us, which will be bad. Spoiler, because I'm actually like 5 turns ahead in the real game. They're all bad for me. The ones we get. In fact, they're the worst. Like, I basically... I think I ranked the thrones, which ones are good, which ones are bad. And it basically just picks the worst thrones to give to me. But I feel like I've had pretty good luck in other games with thrones. A lot of times. Like, fine luck. So I can't really complain. Alright, our knights are literally going to town. And importantly, they get... this is the first time we see them with the full bless on them. Magic weapons, defense skill, MR, regeneration, and blood vengeance. They're really not getting hit enough for the blood vengeance to do a lot of the work. We see some dust to dust coming out, which is unfortunate for us. But you can see here, they didn't hit sacred units, but they actually don't really love targeting the sacred guys, like the knights, because they're not super high HP density. I think these guys may be... Are these more? No, they're probably not more. I don't know. I think the soulless are more. Yeah, the soulless are going to actually... That's a good thought, actually. Putting soulless on the army to attract dust to dust and like wither bones because they're higher HP density. I hadn't really thought of that as a use for them. I'd kind of just written Solus off as siege chaff and patrollers. Anyway, we are successful here. We lose 1 knight. We clear all of this garbage out. And we get to see what throne we have. And it is the Throne of Fortune, which is fine, but it's going to give us 2 pearls to claim it, which I might claim it. It's going to piss my neighbors off, though. And it's only 2 pearls. I mean, I would... But there's a decent chance we lose it, not super stoked about this. I mean, I already have luck 3. It's basically just 2 pearls and Dominion spread, and I don't want the Dominion spread. So this is extremely meh. I mean, it's a good throne, but not for me, because I have luck 3. And I don't want to spread Dominion. Anyway, we're going to be attacking this throne this turn with a equivalently large army. We've got these guys positioned on a flank with priests buffing them. These guys are all in sparse line formation, as one does. And, yeah, we're just going to steamroll over this. And then after that, we've got enough dudes. I'm moving this Magen, this Spectator, and this Mound King, because they will be able to take my troops underwater. And we'll either... I think we're going to hit this one first, because it is a kelp forest, which means high income, which we like. I'm trying to think. I think... we started this last turn, a fort here. So we've now got our full cap circle getting forted up. And I can't remember what all we're building this turn. I don't think anything in particular. But this is... oh no, we're building a temple this turn. So we've got this fort coming up and we're putting a temple up here. So anyway, that's that. Here we're going to be trying to site search. I want to find an ancient temple if I can. So we're doing that Holy One site searching wherever we may. Yeah, so that's basically the plan. And Scalaria, we can see, is starting undead production. Now, Scalaria, in many ways, is going to be better than us at every single phase in the game. There may be a very small window, right around turn 20, where our Sacreds, if we have enough of them, are going to be enough better than his Long Dead that it'll swing things in our favor. And he's going to have way more troops than us at some point. But it won't be that huge at turn 20. And he's not going to have much magic at turn 20. And so I think that one fact may allow us to come over here and knock on Scalaria's door. But that doesn't give me long. We don't have many turns. By turn 30, things are going to be getting out of control. It is going to be very hard for me to fight them by turn 30. They also have apostasy, so they can steal my undead. My good dudes. And that's going to bypass Blood Vengeance. So not very happy about that. Fortunately, the AI doesn't really love casting apostasy off script for, like, thaumaturgs. They would rather, I don't know, do something else a lot of times. Like raise undead. So anyway, that is that. Let's go to turn 14. We do have a little MR in our blast. Let's go to the next turn. Get ourselves caught up here. I think I'm on turn 18 right now. Okay, 15. We have a battle here in the throne. With my army. You can see these guys are waiting here to get fluffed. Mine burns coming out. And, yeah, the Mind Birds are going after some of the zombies, which is why I brought them. Because we smart like that. And then we have magic weapons, so we just crush these Phantasma Warriors. Which otherwise are pretty good speed bumps. But not against magic weapons heavy cav. And we are definitely heavy cav now. 17 protection, 11 hit points, 20 defense. Regeneration. Our knights are in their true form. But you can see they were pretty badass on their own, even without all this stuff for expansion. Like, we expanded pretty damn well. So I think Dormant Bless is kind of where it's at. The defense was nice. You know, that was some part of the build I'm not, like, in love with, because, I don't know, defense later is not super huge. But it did allow us to expand pretty well, because those knights are really hard to hit. And they really allowed us to get by with, like, pretty meager expansion parties. You can see the horde marches forward. We chase them off into the night. We have some events. Dominion... we didn't actually pull up... Okay, so the first thing we did with our gods was I'll show you. But we had Salt and Death do Revive Archbishop, and then our other god researched. Taxes research. Taxes has like 40 RP a turn, so Taxes is going to be researching unless there's a very strong reason not to. Realizing the power of beauty and ever-growing nature, the entire female population of the province has gone into a frenzy of Pangaea worship. Heavens help us. They're attacked by dryads and Meneids. Okay. So anyway, that's that. We also... Okay, there's some other things we haven't really talked about. One is we got one of our heroes, Ballet, and, well, character. And he's just basically a better censor. He has fear, he can pillage, and he auto-summons liches, which I think is a change in worthy heroes. But he only gets like one lich auto-summon a turn. But he also gets a couple, 3 lictors, I think, or 1d6 lictors that appear next to him in combat. So kind of cool to use him in combat, but if you're using him in combat, there's also a chance he dies, and then you miss out on the 1 lictor per turn. So I don't know. Kind of not super stoked on the idea of using him for combat, but we could also kind of thug him out. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not against it. Certainly if I'm defending, I'll use him. But in a war of aggression, I'm not sure. We have an outgoing message to Pangaea, sending dryads into our lands. And then we're sending some air gems to Phaecia, who has promised to forge us a quill. And, yeah, so this fort has finished here. And we're reanimating ghouls, because we've already got a temple. Here we're reanimating ghouls. We're upgrading the fortress. Here we're upgrading the fortress. Here we've got 2 months left, so we're going to be moving in a preacher. And we are also getting in position to go take out these ghouls, which, we probably should have done by now, but anyway. And you can see our dominion is hardly spread, which is okay. It means we're going to keep kind of generating income, which is nice. Up on this front, we can see that Jotunheim has expanded with Ichthids into the water, which we are not happy about. But fortunately, he went north and not south. And we are going to go south, and we're going to take this. And we are going to move this... I don't know why we're moving him there. But anyway, we're going to go take this, and then we'll come take this. Now, at this point, I'm kind of getting conflicted over who I join. Do I join Pangaea, or do I join Nazca? Because I've kind of told them both I would. And by kind of, I mean I definitely have told them both that I would join them. So anyway, right now I'm leaning towards joining Nazca because, well, there's a few things. One, I think I'll do okay against the Pangaean army with Fortitude Blood Bond region. I hadn't tested it when I was doing all the negotiations, but I've since gone back and tested it. And the second, if I do have to fight Pangaea, I want to fight them before Dryad Assassins really come online. And I'm assuming he doesn't have Swarm yet. But if he does, it's not going to be great. Like, let's take a look at our Archbishop. So, I didn't rename my prophet. That sucks. But if we look at these guys, they've got 20 morale, so they're really not going to easily fail a check to a Dryad. Then we're going to have to fight them in combat. We're going to be poison immune, so a lot of the bugs aren't going to hurt us. And then even 5 protection should, I think, block a lot of the bug bites. And then we're going to be regenerating, presumably. I just don't think they're going to be super effective. I don't know. It's hard to say. I probably should test it. We've got a test game pulled up. We'll zip out of this and test it. But anyway, this is turn 15. Let me go get my test game. I'll show you how we do against Pan or White Centaur too. Some of these things are just hard to know unless you've kind of seen it. And getting in a war is a kind of tricky way to start. Here I was testing how we did against Ys. Okay, let's get these guys. Oh, wait. I'll pull this guy over here. Pangaea, can you get some dryads for me? Oh, wait, we need a temple. Okay, let's get some dryads. Let's also get some more white centaur, because I want to show that off. Oh, we've got tactical goats with Pangaea. I want to see how we do with swarming without it. Wait, is our lab destroyed too? Jesus. Took misfortune, but seriously, guys. I guess it's the misfortune heat combo. How the hell did my monolith get feeble-minded? It got hit by a lab event? The hell? That is some bad luck, guys. Oh my god. Shrunken. Oh, I've never even seen that before. Oh, well, he's alive at least, so our bless works. Did our temple burn down again? Like, how am I gonna micro this with our temple burning down every turn? Literally impossible to play the game. Misfortune 3, free scales. This is free misfortune, guys. Basically free. Okay, we just need to get 4. Pangaea is not very fast at researching. I don't think they... I mean, swarm is pretty low, but... I want to see how we do against a lot of white centaur, too. Okay. We're pretty close. We're like 5 turns away. Okay, we finally got it. So, first things first, let's see how we do with swarm assassins. Okay. It looks like we won. Or, I mean, it looks like Pangaea wins. Ooh. Okay, if they have swarm assassins, I don't think we can fight. I mean, there are ways to counter this, obviously, but not with 0 research. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a couple turns. Get my profit back. Alright, sick pit. Okay. Hold an attack rear. Hold an attack closest. Hold in fire closest. I probably need a few more undead too. I'll bring in a few more idiots. Okay, and let's see how like 40 or 50 white centaur do. Okay. Wait, that's not where I was supposed to be. Now, we may have put our cavalry in the wrong spot. They did a lot better than I thought they would. Yeah, Pangaea loses this even with that. So this is kind of what I found when I tested earlier. We completely crushed these guys in the field. And you could say, you know, they're going to have... I mean, if you're going Hellblessed White Centaur, you're mostly worried about fighting White Centaur. Like, if they... I mean, if they do a PD dump, it could swing it the other way. But I'm not really expecting that too much. So anyway, I think we crushed them on the field, but we're going to get wrecked by assassins. So the obvious counters to assassins are spamming scouts. And then hitting them before Swarm comes online. Because before Swarm, we should win. But if he has Swarm, we're kind of fucked. Anyway. We'll go ahead and we'll do one more turn. We'll do 16. I think next episode will be 17, 18. So here we go underwater. We also crushed Yis, by the way. Yis right now is kind of... He's contacted me and let me know that the throne near him is his. Like, oh, thanks for telling me, buddy. And he says he's got an army moving that way. Okay, very scared. Little does he know... Okay, so here's this throne, which is kind of interesting. It's got a vampire lord, some vampires. Little does he know that my build freaking wrecks him. Like, completely wrecks him. So anyway, he does what Yis does, which is like being very bold and I'm gonna take what I want. So this is the throne we're talking about. This is Yis. He's like, I got an army coming to take this. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. You clear it from me, and then I'll come and take it from you. But that's going to... Whether I can do that is going to depend on, you know... It's going to depend on who I'm fighting and how that's going. So we're not totally sure. But I have tested it, and we murder the crap out of Anakites. I'm not Anakites. Morvark Knights. Morvark Knights do not like running into Blood Vengeance, regenerating Lictors, and Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre. So... There's a very high chance we'll be taking this, but I'm totally fine with him clearing it for me. I wonder if he knows. That he would get completely crushed in this matchup. Okay, well, I think that's it, guys. We're going to be moving here, going underwater, and I have told, I think... Nazca at this point, that'll be attacking Pangaea on turn 17. I don't know if I'm going to be able to quite make it to 17, because we're going to be... This army is basically going to be a little slower. It's got to get here and then attack. So it might be turn 18, but we're headed that way. I'm kind of tempted to come in... Let's take a look at this, because I remember I was wanting to come back and look at this, see whether we go for this throne. Protection versus Mundane 25... They don't have pierce resistance. And otherwise, it's just a bunch of complete and utter garbage. Oh no, it's Wolf Tribe. I think we crush this. I think if I do this, like hit this and then start running down, it opens up all sorts of things. I mean, especially if I can just get these guys deep rating. Well, the problem I'm going to have to worry about is assassins. Fuckers. But this hasn't been up this long. He's only had this up like a turn or two. And I would see if he had a temple, and he doesn't have a temple. Which means he's not recruiting dryads out of it. So we'd have to move dryads in. I think it's a bluff that there's dryads here. He had sent me this message when I kind of told... I think, do I do it this turn? Maybe we did it last turn. Let's go back. Probably should have done outgoing diplomacy. Oh, maybe I do it a turn after. I definitely sent... So I guess I do it turn 17. Yeah, so 17... Okay, we're going to go ahead and do 17, which, not my current turn, but getting close. Don't blame your luck scales events on me. Okay. Oh, I didn't show you some other stuff. We got... a couple turns ago, so when our gods came online, we got 2 archbishops. We turned one into our prophet. It's this guy. We then got 2 dusk elders, and we sent them out site searching. So we've got 1 dusk elder here, and I think 1 over here, and they're site searching now this turn. So that was our order. We did 2 archbishops, 2 dusk elders, and then we're going to be making more archbishops for a long ass time. We have a fertility cult that popped up over here in Lovendon, which is actually hilarious, having a fertility cult in Ermor. Little do they know, this is the wrong place to set up shop. But it's got, fertility cults have weird mechanics, like it's going to increase unrest, which I'm already patrolling it down. It's going to decrease dominion, which is going to reduce my free spawn production, which I'm kind of not cool with. But it's also going to keep my income up, which I'm kind of okay with. So no, we're going to get rid of it, but we're not in a hurry. I forget, you can preach to get rid of it, I think. I can't remember if patrolling gets rid of it too. Patrolling is part of getting rid of it, because like they have all these heretics and unrest generators that are there that pop up as a result of the fertility cult. So I don't know. I'll have to look at it again, but normally it's really annoying. I guess as Ermor it doesn't matter as much. Here we got another -4 Dominion event, keeping our Dominion down in our frontier provinces. Feels pretty good, man. And then in Mir, we got, well, we lost some money in Mir. But yeah, that's about it for this turn. Outgoing Diplo, yeah, we talked about the message to Pangaea. We regret to inform you, dear Pangaeans, Nazca has discovered our plot a couple turns ago and made a very compelling case and a generous proposal to me for turncoating. While our dark hearts are filled with despair that we may turn on an ally, survival is a crooked game. That said, even though we do not have an app, the honor we are bound by obligates us to let you know that our arrangements have changed. Should you inflict significant losses, we will of course be willing to reconsider. So okay, we're letting them know we're attacked. We don't have an app with them, but we were, buddies. So, I don't want to betray my bud. But we have to, I like both the players, so I need to attack somebody. I could go after Ind, but first of all, these guys are, I don't know, it'll depend. If Ind has a big army show up on my board, I might try to peace out. Scalaria also, we don't really have a vision of it this turn, but we'll have vision next turn. Scalaria's got a lot of forts up too, so they're going to be a problem. I'm not 1v1ing Scalaria though. Hell no. Hell no. We're also starting a palisade here, which this seems like one of the safer pockets of my empire. I'll probably want to fort this one next, and then I'll have this little fort structure that will go up this way and can get me to this throne. This throne, by the way, is the Throne of the Moon, which also freaking sucks for me. I care about precision none, don't care about these gems a ton, and care about growth none, so great. So far, all the worst thrones. Hopefully, at least one of these is good. And whichever one's good, I'll literally fight to the bitter death for. And then, yeah, we're heading underwater. Oh, we got a Timu, guys. I didn't even mention it. But, yeah, we got a Timu. That was last turn. And I have named a Timu Winter, after winter math. So Wintermath, congratulations. You have been upgraded to rank of Itimu. Yeah, we're just trying to get him experience. Sending him underwater, we're putting him in the front line. Unholy Blessing, Unholy Power, attack closest. He's just going to run in there and just kill people, and then dudes will be following behind. Can this guy thug White Centaur? Probably not. Not yet, anyway. If he gets a heroic trait, maybe. When he gets a heroic trait. We don't really have to worry about seduction. His morale's too high. We will have to worry when it comes out about enslave and all of that shenanigans. And like Scalaria we got to be really careful using him in Scalaria. They could charm him with apostasy. So, so here's the plan. We're moving these guys here underwater. Unfortunately, these guys all have rusty armor from being underwater, which kind of sucks. I think if we keep them in a fort for a while, it'll go away. But yeah, anyway, they're coming underwater. We're going to kill these. From there, I'm going to have the option to consolidate on this throne. Or we're moving the main force with the Sacreds over here. And they could come down here and attack this. Here, I'm taking whatever Sacreds are in my capital and a little bit of free spawn, moving it here, and then Nardimu can move from here all the way down to attack Pangaea. So we're going to have him reanimate lictors this turn, but he'll meet the army down here next turn if we choose to come here. Otherwise, we're just getting soulless here, which are going to help me kind of crack fort walls quickly. Otherwise, I hit pretty hard, and Centaurs, once I go berserk, they don't have great defense. So even though soulless have shitty attack, we should be able to kind of still hit them. And yeah, I think they have, what, decent protection? Yeah, 6. So they can probably take one hit from a Centaur before they die. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. Tough skin. This guy might be able to tank bugs. But yeah, I think the main threat in the war with Pangaea is going to be assassins. So we will talk more about that in next episode. And I will see you guys then.